Hello guys, once again welcome back to Darkcool VFX Studio. In this video we are talking about how to create this type of animation using DaVinci Resolve Fusion. For that, go to Media Pool, here right click and choose the option New Fusion Composition. Now you can give a name. Now go to the frame rate and choose a frame rate of 60. Now click on Create, then drag the Fusion composition to the timeline. Easy. Now go to the Fusion page. First step, we can create a node tree. After that, we can animate. For that, I open the tool menu by using the shortcut Shift Space. Here I can type text. Now choose the text plus node and click Add. Okay. In this case, we need 3 text nodes. For that, click here, right click, then copy. Click on outside, then right click, then paste. Or you can click on outside, then use the shortcut Command V or Control V for paste. Now we need 3 backgrounds. For that, use the shortcut Shift Space, then search BG. Okay, add it and arrange like this. Now you can copy the background by using Command C or Control C or right click, then choose the option Copy. Now click here and paste Command V or Control V. Now I need one more background. For that, Command V or Control V. Just paste it. Now I am going to create a node tree. First step, use this text. This is the main text. I added a pipeline from here and connect to background output. You must connect on this output connector. Okay. Here we get a merge. Now I am going to connect this text to this merged output. Okay, now we get the second merge. Now I am going to connect this pipeline to backgrounds output. Now connect the text to here. Now connect this to background. Now connect last merge to media out. If you don't follow this method exactly, you don't get a proper output. The important thing is that the merge node have a property. The green connector will be the foreground and the yellow connector will be the background. So you should connect the text node on the green port and the background to the yellow port. Now let's move on to the second step, that is node settings. First of all, click on the text node and go to inspector. Here we can type the title. Now you can adjust the size like 0.15. We can change this value later if we want. Now let's click on the second node and write VFX Studio. Now we can arrange the text like this. Now go to the third text, click on that. Here we can type create your dream film with us. I'm adjusting the size like this and arrange like this. The VFX Studio arrange like this. I think almost okay. Now we can go to the background one. Here we can choose a color like this type of color. Now add a transform node in between background and merge. For that, drag a transform node from here, or you can click on background, then use the shortcut Shift Space, then search here transform. Okay, add it. Now click on the transform, go to the inspector. Here we can adjust the size. Also, you can adjust the aspect and create a rectangle like this. Now set it behind the VFX Studio text. Finally, we should arrange all the text like this. Now click on the second background, go to inspector. Here we can reduce the alpha to 0. If you want to change the background color, we can click on the last background node and select a background color for our choice. I am selecting the black here. The basic process are over. Now we are going to create animation. First, we can animate dark wolf. For that, go to dark wolf text. Here I am rename that using F2 button and give a name dark wolf. After renaming, we can add a rectangle node from here, that is for creating a mask. Now you can connect the rectangle to first merge. Here I remembering you again that the text node should be connected on the green input of merge. Otherwise, the mask will not be applied on the text. Okay. Also, the background node should be connected on the yellow input of merge. Okay. I remind you of this again and again because many people make this mistake. Now, you should arrange the rectangle like this. Now, we can animate the dark wolf. For that, click on dark wolf node, then go to inspector. Here we can add a modifier. To do that, right click here, use the option follower. Click that. Now, we get a new option modifier. Click that. Here, we can change the delay. Change the value to 2 or 3. Now, go to transform. Here, we can see an option offset. In offset, we can add a keyframe or right click here and animate. Now, you can see a new option path. Just leave it and go to follower. Double click on follower and open it. Now, we can hide this dark wolf behind the rectangle mask. For that, go to Y offset and drag it backward. Okay. Now, back to the viewer and change the play header to 5. Here, we can change the value to 0. Now, you can see the first animation is created. Okay. Now, let's give an animation to that blue background. For that, we need to add a rectangle mask here. Before that, we need a merge and a background for it. So, we can add a background from here, or you can use the tool menu, shift space, then search, add it. After that, we can disconnect this transform from first merge and connect that to background output. Now, we get a new merge. Arrange this like here. Now, connect the merge output to merge one's input. Now we can add the rectangle mask here and connect to our new merge. The mask should be connected on the blue input of merge. To avoid any confusion going forward, we can rename the first background to blue. After that, click on the second background and go to inspector. Here we can reduce the alpha channel to 0. After that, rename that node to alpha by clicking F2 button. Now, return to the viewer and bring the play header to 0. Now, click on rectangle 2 and go to viewer and adjust it like this. Now, click on the transform and back to viewer. Now, we can adjust a rectangle like this. Now, back to the inspector and add a keyframe on center point. Now, back to the viewer and place the play header on 5. Go to the inspector and adjust the value of X backward and place the rectangle like this. Now we get a nice animation like this. Now we need to place the VFX Studio behind the rectangle. To do that, go to the merge and right click here. Then choose the option swap input, or you can use the shortcut Command T or Control T. Now we can animate the VFX Studio. For that, come to viewer and place the play header on 5. Now click on VFX Studio and add a node, brightness and contrast. Click add. Now go to inspector and click on A, that means alpha channel. Add a keyframe and reduce the value to 0. Now back to viewer and change the play header to 6 or 7. Now back to the inspector and change the value to 1. Now we get a nice animation like this. Great. Now we can change the color of VFX Studio. For that, click on the VFX Studio node and go to its inspector. Now click and drag the eyedropper icon and select the color. Using this method, we can choose the correct color of that rectangle. Now we can animate the dream node. For that, I added a transform node from here and connect to dream. Now click on the transform and go to inspector. Here we can change the X value to backward. and arrange like this. Now go to the viewer and place the playhead on 20. Now back the inspector. Here we can add a keyframe. Return to viewer and place the playhead on 25. Now go to the inspector and change the X value to 0.5 or arrange like this. Now arrange the background and the merge like this and add a transform node before the merge. Just drag here and drop here. After going back to the inspector, adjust the size you want. Now we need one more rectangle node. Drag it and drop here and connect it to our dream node connected merge. Now go to the viewer and adjust the rectangle like this. Now we can get an animation like this. Now we can do the end tail animation. For that, place the playhead around 80th frame. Click on the transform that connected with the dream and go to the inspector and add a keyframe. Change the playhead to 85 and back to inspector. Change the X value backward. Now place the playhead around 90th frame. Click on the transform that connected with blue and go to inspector. Add a keyframe. Place the playhead to 95. Back to inspector. Now change the X position value like this. Now we can place the playhead around 93. Click on the brightness node that connected with VFX. Now go to inspector and add a keyframe. Now place the playhead on 94 and reduce the value to 0. Now keep the playhead on 94. Click on the dark wool text and go to inspector. Go to modifier in the transform option and add a keyframe on offset. Back to the viewer and change the playhead to frame number 100. Back to inspector. Here we can change the value to -0.2. In the next video, I will show you how to smooth the animation of text and box. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe.